Okay, let's unpack this. We are talking about car windows today. And if you think this is just about, making your car look shiny, you're really missing the point.
You really are.
We're aiming for something much higher than just clean. We're aiming for crystal clear confidence.
Exactly. The source material we dove into makes it so clear. A truly clean piece of glass is a safety feature. Full stop.
A safety feature.
Yeah. When you strip away all that glare, you eliminate the streaks, you gain sharper focus, better depth perception, and most importantly, you get milliseconds back in reaction time.
Which can be the difference. So our mission in this deep dive is practical mastery. We aren't just giving you a shopping list.
Yeah.
We're giving you the professional technique to master the 3 pillars of clear car windows. The routine cleaning, the de-icing, and that constant battle with fog.
And we've got some great sources for this. Comprehensive guides detailing all the materials, debunking some really dangerous DIY myths.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
And troubleshooting for interior versus exterior, tinted glass, all those brutal winter conditions. Let's get you that mastery.
I want to start with the fundamentals, because this is where I think most of us go wrong. I know I'm guilty of it.
Sure.
Walking into the kitchen, grabbing whatever rag is handy, and just spraying cleaner right on the windshield.
Yeah.
So let's unpack the essentials. What materials are really non-negotiable?
Okay, so the basics seem simple, but the details here, they matter a lot. First and foremost, you need lint-free microfiber cloths.
Plural. Multiple cloths.
Multiple, yes. One for cleaning, one for drying or buffing. They're designed to trap dust, not just smear it around. Second, a good automotive glass cleaner.
And we'll get into what good means.
Well, we will, or, a solid DIY solution.
You mentioned DIY. The sources are really insistent on using distilled water over tap water. Why is that so critical?
That's a key piece of wisdom people just skip right over. Tap water is full of dissolved minerals.
Like lime and calcium.
Calcium, magnesium, all of it. And when that water evaporates, those minerals get left behind. That's what a streak is. It's a mineral deposit.
Ah, so it's not the soap, it's the water itself leaving the residue.
A lot of the time, yes. Distilled water is pure H2O. No minerals, so no risk of that kind of streaking right from the start.
That makes perfect sense. I've also learned the hard way about cleaning in the sun. Spent 20 minutes chasing a streak only to realize the heat was just creating it over and over.
It's basic chemistry, but it's such a powerful lesson.
Yeah.
When the glass is hot, your cleaning solution just evaporates. It evaporates almost instantly before you can actually wipe away the grime.
So the cleaner itself is drying and becoming a streak.
Exactly. All those cleaning agents just dry right on the surface. So the rule is absolute. Park in the shade. Or clean early in the morning or in the evening when the glass is cool.
Good rule. Now, the chemistry in the bottle. If you're buying a cleaner or even making your own, what is the one golden rule?
The golden rule is simple, and you have to stick to it. The cleaner must be ammonia-free.
Ammonia-free? Okay.
This is not a preference. It's a non-negotiable rule for preserving your car, especially if you have tinting or modern laminated glass.
We're definitely going to get into the scary consequences of ammonia in a bit. But for now, for the DIY folks, what's that reliable, safe formula the sources suggest?
If you're going homemade, the go-to is a simple 1-to-1 ratio of white vinegar and that distilled water.
1-to-1? Okay.
Vinegar is acidic enough to cut through road grime, but it's not too aggressive. Now, if you have really oily residue, you can add a drop or two of dish soap.
Just a couple of drops.
Literally just a couple. Don't go crazy. It just helps act as a degreaser.
Okay, so we've got our cloth, we've got our formula. Let's talk technique. What's the secret to getting that perfect streak-free result?
It's all about strategy. Most people just spray and wipe in circles, which just moves the dirt around.
The swirl method.
The swirl method, yeah.
Yeah.
You need 3 key tips. First, apply the cleaner onto the cloth, not directly on the window. This is critical for the inside. It stops overspray from getting on your dashboard or inside the vents and leaving that sticky residue.
Good point. What's the second tip? The one that helps you find the streak.
This is the pro technique. Wipe in consistent directions, but alternate them for inside and outside.
What do you mean?
So, for example, use vertical strokes on the outside of the glass and horizontal strokes on the inside.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Then if you see a streak, you know instantly where it is. A horizontal streak, it's on the inside. Vertical, it's outside. It takes all the guesswork out of it.
That one tip right there is worth it. That elevates this from just cleaning to mastery. What's the final avoidance rule?
Absolutely avoid paper towels.
Even at the gas station.
Especially at the gas station. They showed fibers, which is lint, and they often have wood pulp that can actually put tiny scratches in your glass or tint film. Stick to clean microfiber cloths.
Okay, let's pivot to protecting your investment.
Okay.
So many cars now have aftermarket tint, and every car has that laminated safety glass in the front. What common household cleaners pose a genuine, costly threat to them?
What's wild here is the danger isn't just cosmetic, it can be structural. And the number one villain, like we flagged, is ammonia.
Right.
For tint film, ammonia attacks the adhesive. Even worse, it breaks down the UV protective layer in the film itself.
And that's what causes that awful purple bubbly look you see on old cars.
That is exactly what causes that. It's not just age, it's chemical damage. It just degrades your investment immediately.
So it's not just the tint. You said it damages the windshield itself.
Yes, the laminated glass.
What does that mean, delamination? That sounds serious for a windshield.
It is. A windshield is basically a glass and plastic sandwich. 2 layers of glass with a clear vinyl layer, or PVB, fused between them.
For safety, so it doesn't shatter.
Exactly. Ammonia vapor can actually seep in at the edges and start to break down that vinyl interlayer.
No way.
Yes. That's delamination. You'll see it as a cloudy or milky separation along the edges of the windshield. Once that happens, the safety integrity is compromised.
And the only fix is?
A full windshield replacement.
Wow. All from a cheap cleaning product. So besides ammonia, what else is on the warning list?
Next up are abrasive cleaners. Anything gritty. They create micro scratches.
You might not see them at first.
Right, but you'll see them as a terrifying haze when you're driving into the sun or at night with headlights coming at you. And finally, be careful with high alcohol solvents. Over time, they can also break down coatings.
So we need products made for this. What are the safe, go-to product callouts from the sources?
The consensus is pretty clear. Look for products that scream ammonia-free on the label. The sources call out Invisible Glass, Chemical Guy Streak-Free, and Meguiar's Perfect Clarity Glass Cleaner. All are known to be tint safe.
And for the DIY crowd, what's the safe dilution ratio for tint?
For tint, you have to be much more careful. The ratio is 1 part white vinegar to 10 parts distilled water.
1 to 10. Much weaker.
Way more diluted. It's just enough to lift residue without letting the acid harm the fill.
And how often should we be cleaning tinted windows to keep them in good shape?
The recommendation is pretty frequent, at least once a week, with a safe solution. A little bit of cleaning often is much better than a heavy scrub once in a while.
Okay, we've covered the sunny days, but cleaning is just half the fight. Winter brings ice and fog, which demand a totally different playbook. Let's start with de-icing.
De-icing requires precision, especially when you're in a rush on a cold morning. First, tool warning. Only use a plastic scraper.
Not a credit card.
Please, not a credit card. And never metal objects. They will permanently scratch your glass.
And if you're caught without a can of de-icer, what's a good homemade spray?
You can mix a really effective spray with a 2-to-1 ratio of 70% rubbing alcohol and water.
2 parts alcohol, 1 part water.
Exactly. Alcohol has a much lower freezing point, so it just melts the ice much faster than scraping alone. Spray it on, let it sit for a minute or two, then scrape gently.
We hear this every single winter, but it is so important it bears repeating. The critical warning about using water.
Thermal shock. It sounds dramatic, but it is very real. If you use water, it has to be lukewarm. Never hot, certainly never boiling water.
What happens?
When freezing glass gets hit with hot water, the outer surface expands way too fast for the inner surface. It creates stress, and the glass can just crack or shatter right there.
You trade a few minutes of scraping for a $1,000 bill.
Pretty much.
Okay, so that's the outside. Let's pivot to defogging that interior battle that feels so much more frustrating.
To beat fog, you have to understand why it's there. It's warm, moist air inside your car hitting the cold glass.
Right.
But the crucial part is that the moisture loves to cling to the invisible, oily film on the inside of your glass, a film created by off-gassing.
Wait, off-gassing, explain that. That's the new car smell, right?
That's exactly what it is. It's the release of volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, from the plastics and vinyl in your dashboard and seats when they get warm.
And those compounds stick to the glass.
They condense on the coolest surface, which is always the glass. And that oily film is like a magnet for moisture. It makes the fogging happen way faster.
That explains so much. So we're driving, fog hits. What is the fastest HVAC strategy to clear it?
The fastest fix relies on one key fact. Your AC compressor is a dehumidifier.
Even in the winter?
Yes. Use the AC, even when it's freezing, because it physically strips moisture out of the air.
That is so counterintuitive.
It is, but it works. At the same time, set your air intake to fresh outside air. You have to turn off recirculation mode.
Why?
Recirculation just traps all the humid air you're breathing out inside the car. Fresh air pushes it out and brings in drier air from outside.
Okay, so drying the air is the key. What about long-term prevention for that oily VOC film?
You have to clean the inside of the glass thoroughly. Then you can apply an anti-fog treatment like Rain-X Anti-Fog.
Is there a DIY version?
The old school trick is a very, very thin layer of mild dish soap and water, buffed until it's totally invisible. And a huge maintenance step people forget. Replace your cabin air filter.
Ah, right.
Every 12 to 15,000 miles. A clogged filter kills your defroster's efficiency.
So if you're really trying to achieve this, crystal clear confidence, how often should we actually be doing all this? What's the routine?
It's different for the outside versus the inside. For the exterior, every 2 to 4 weeks is a good baseline for normal conditions.
More often if there's salt or pollen.
Exactly. You see that stuff, you clean it off immediately.
And for the interior, with that invisible film?
The interior needs it every 1 to 2 months, or just whenever you notice it starts fogging up easily again. The buildup is slower, but if you ignore it, that's what causes the fogging problems.
The true mark of a pro detailer is the edges and corners, the spots that most of us miss. How do we tackle those?
This is where you go from good to great. First, use the window itself. Lower it about 1 inch.
Oh, to get that top edge?
Yeah, that top edge that's usually hidden in the seal, it holds an incredible amount of grime.
That's a great trick.
Yes.
What about the actual corners and the seals?
You need a smaller tool. A detailing brush, or even just a cotton swab dipped in your cleaner, is perfect for getting into those tight corners and along the Weber seals.
Because if the seals are dirty...
The second you move the window, it just smears that dirt right back onto your clean glass.
Okay, glass is perfect, edges are clean. What is the final step that people always forget?
Clean your wiper blades. They're just sitting there collecting dirt, road oil, debris, and the first time you use them, they act like dirty squeegees.
And smear everything right back.
Smear everything back, and a dirty blade can actually put micro scratches in the glass over time. Just wipe them down with a damp cloth.
So what does this all mean for you, the driver? When you commit to these techniques, ammonia-free cleaner, understanding thermal shock, using the right weather solutions, and hitting those details like the wipers and edges, you're not just getting a cleaner car.
Not at all.
You are dramatically boosting your road confidence and your safety.
And if we connect this all together, we've learned that the inside of the car is constantly creating this invisible oily film that makes fogging worse. And since visibility is safety, that raises a question for you, the listener.
Okay.
If the inside of your windows are constantly being compromised by the materials inside your car, what's another simple internal maintenance step besides the cabin air filter that you should be doing to preserve the clarity we just achieved?
That is a brilliant final thought. It forces you to think about the whole system. And the immediate answer has to be moisture control. Right.
Go on.
I mean, keeping the interior as dry as possible, shaking off wet shoes before you get in, not leaving damp gym clothes in the back.
Exactly. Drying out your floor mats.
Right. It's as crucial as the cleaning itself. Because if the moisture isn't there to begin with, it can't form fog on that oily film.
Indeed. It all contributes to a clear, safe drive.
Apply this knowledge. Get out there and make sure you have the clearest, safest drive you possibly can. Thanks for diving deep with us.
Please like, subscribe, and get notified.